This is set to one fall. Introducing first, fighting from the Central Michigan Island, weighing in at 202 pounds. Here's the Billionaire Playboy, Charles Mason.
Main event time on PPW High Voltage. Phil Bravado, not Freddie Akers, on commentary. You know, sometimes, guys, I just got to get out of here. I get disrespected too much. Paul, Bo, and EJ gang up on me. I got to get out of here. Save some credibility.
Yeah. You got to go clear your pals. Who you talking to? Who you kidding?
But they pushed me out here because talent needs to sit here. Speaking of talent, EJ, the man you can trust, Evander James, headed out. Charles Mason in the ring.
Evander James at this point has been at PPW a few years now. Former PPW heavyweight champion. Very serious compare. A win against him would be a big accomplishment for Charles Mason, who's looking to get his footing here at PPW.
From Gotham City, New York, weighing at 205 pounds, he is a man you can trust. Evander James.
Well, no denying the talent in this man, just coming back from Japan, a stint with Wrestle One. And we'll have to see how his game has changed, EJ, what influences he's picked up across the pond. PPW competitors could be in a serious competition with this man in 2020.
Charles Mason, the Billionaire Playboy, a world-traveled man himself, Phil Bravado. So there's very few things that you could do to surprise the Billionaire Playboy, Charles Mason.
Well, the man you can trust, Evander James, knows Charles Mason very well. Repeating all over the East Coast, specifically New York City. And recently, Evander James podcasts everywhere calling him the PPW Wrestler of the Year. Honestly, I cannot disagree with that statement, guys.
Absolutely not. As mentioned, phenomenal title run. Huge impact here since coming to PPW a few years ago. Colorful fans we have behind us here on Commentators Row, as always.
Well, I know this idiot. Trust me. It doesn't get much better.
I'm sorry for him. Tell you what, that's why guardrails were invented, right there.
Thank God for these guardrails. I've got 6 idiots right behind me.
That's how you talk about our loyal fan base.
Loyal fan base. Look at these more loyal fan base. Are you kidding me?
I'll tell you what, Bravado, they're the ones paying our checks here. Gotta have a little more respect.
Well, I disagree.
Charles Mason with the hammerlock applied to E.A. James.
James, nice kip up there. Back in it, down to the side headlock. James applying a lot of pressure on the neck area. You can see how he's contorting his body there. Oh, a big elbow by the Billionaire Playboy. Nothing fancy about that, Phil.
They're just feeling each other out here, trying to find a weakness in the other one's game plan. Seen some basic Greco-Roman grappling going on.
Charles Mason knows scientific moves, guys. He's been trained by some of the best in the business. Here's the thing. He doesn't want to use it. He'd rather poke you in the eye. And that's how I respect this man.
Well, nice side. Back into the head scissors by Mason. Great reversal. Pops up again and right out of it.
E.A. James back on his feet here. Charles Mason swings and a miss.
Up and over goes James. Oh, nice jackknife into the bridge. We're going to see if he can power out of it. A lot of core strength on this. Evander's shoulders are down now. Oh, nice. There it is. Lower body strength by James into the crucifix roll. Backslide.
He PK Sanford right
There
in.
it is, Oklahoma roll.
Position.
Do you know who invented the Oklahoma roll?
I dare to ask.
Tell us, Balbo.
I will tell you.
Don't look it up on Google.
No, I'm not telling you now. I'm waiting after the match. I'm not telling you.
He don't know the answer to that.
Danny Hodge.
We'd get it out of him. I knew it. Google takes a little bit longer
I
to
didn't
load
even
up.
Google
Oh,
it.
come on.
I didn't Google it.
The reception in here is terrible. The people in here are worse. And Paul Bo's lying is at an all-time
Who is
high.
sitting here on commentary? These headsets stink.
We'll take it up with GoPro. They're not going to like that.
I think it was that guy down there behind the thing over there, the big guy. Somebody introduce him to a shower.
My headsets are great. The only thing is I can hear you better. It's awful.
You know what? They should pay you by the one-liner there, Otto. You got a million of them.
Who's one-lining? I'm telling the truth over here, this idiot. He calls me Freddie Akers last match. Are you kidding me?
Well, I mean, that's a pretty big insult there.
I can get up and down these bleachers just fine. I don't fall. GoPro's telling us to get back on script. Well, call the match. What are you doing?
Balbo's flabbergasted here.
Elbow play. James, shoulders down now.
Balbo, go back on play-by-play if you can't get your act together
Please,
here.
I'll change, definitely then. You invent moves.
Invent them.
Well, I don't know any difference.
I define moves, okay? There's a difference. I'm a poet.
That's that temple education. See where that got you.
Yeah, mugged on the SEPTA train.
You know what? Let's not talk about that, okay? There's a lot of tough 15-year-old girls out there.
Well, back to earth. We've got Evander, James, and Charles Mason in the middle of the ring. I guess I'm going to have to call this thing. And God help us if that has to continue much longer.
James is going to go up and going to try to walk the tightrope, and he does. Oh, Mason, very innovative, Phil. Pulled him right off that top rope. And there's the side of Charles Mason that you see, that vicious side that just comes out. It's like a light switch. You turn it on, and he just goes from,
whoa! Now we got to get
well, that
spit
one
on.
came up a little short. Spitting at our fans ends up on our table.
I'll tell you what, I think I got a miss to that one. Bravado, you know what? I need a pay raise for that one. I'm getting spit at.
oh man, big chop by Mason. And he's talking a mile a minute. You talk about a trash talker. He won't shut up.
Part of his game plan, he gets into his opponent's head. Did we ever see Evander James this flustered? He's usually all business in there.
Still the world backbreaker by Mason. Floats over, shoulders down, doesn't hook the leg, and he kicked right out, Phil.
Mason has James flustered here. This is all Charles Mason. All he has to do is cash this in like one of his daddy's checks.
Well, look at him now. Distracted PK Sanford with the knee right across the...
Oh, this Stanford's guy just as bad as Carden. Look at him. Just as terrible as Carden. Where do we get these people?
Oh, we got Holbert, we got Carden, and we got
No.
PK.
You gotta start showing some respect for these officials, Bravado. They have a tough job in there.
Man,
What?
Right on the ground.
They
and
counted 3.
kick right to the face.
Well, that's tough for them.
They literally slap him at 3 times.
Well, I'm talking about when they have to go to the 10 count. That's when things get advanced.
That does get a little bit tricky.
I've seen Carden already counting on his toes for that.
Well, he has the Cliff Notes in his back pocket.
Evander James reaching for that
Now you see
rope.
Mason, Phil, sorry to step on you there,
Well,
buddy.
it's, you know, that's what
You
happens.
should be used to it. He's starting to cut him off right now. He's trying to keep James grounded. He's had difficulty in this match when James has gone airborne. Mason's trying to lay his body on him, all that weight. Now fighting back. James firing away and all cylinders, misses wildly. Up. Nice drop kick by Mason.
Incredible speed by Charles Mason.
Mason has Evander James's number tonight. No doubt about it.
Absolutely. Mason's out to prove a point here. And he knows he can do it against the former PPW heavyweight champion, guys.
Came up short the past few months, very narrowly. We've seen him miss victory on a few occasions, just coming up, inches away, and he is looking to change that course of Evander.
Shoulders down, side press.
He's learning the hard way that you cannot buy wins in professional wrestling, even though he could buy most anything else.
Well, James is one that if you could buy one, you'd always spend your money there because he's a tough competitor to put down for 3.
Absolutely. Looks like he's trying to put Evander James to sleep here. A full Nelson applied.
And right in the middle of the ring, right where Charles Mason needs to be. Very well scouted strategy for Charles Mason tonight. Very good ring
Paul Bo,
awareness.
you used to put your brother Jeff into full Nelsons back in the day.
I'll plead the fifth on that. But Mason there, he's leaning over. He's putting his body weight right on the back of Evander James. And that's cutting off circulation. James back up to the vertical base. Steps right on his toe. Nothing fancy about that. Old-fashioned back elbow right to the teeth. Here comes James firing back up.
James right back in this one.
Mason got his hand up, but he still got a lot of that one. Mason looks like, look at this.
Tell you what, this is what makes James so dangerous. You never know when he's going to come right back.
With the blockbuster off the springboard. Shoulders down. Oh, kick out again at 2 3/4.
PK Stanford right in the middle of the thick of things, shall I say, right in position. See, I complimented him. And Evander James now feeling some momentum go through his body, trying to get that adrenaline up. And Charles Mason might be in trouble because he is not where he needs to be, right in the middle.
Mason's blocking him right there.
Back into that full Nelson. I love it. Classic maneuvers applied in the right situation are absolutely devastating.
And I'll tell you what, he went right back to it. He took a lot out of Evander the first time, now sucking the life out of him the second time as Evander backs into the corner to break it, but he's definitely staggered.
Absolutely, the air was cut off from his brain for a few seconds there. Twice now, look at this, just sitting on Evander James. That's not going to put him away.
Hard shoulder right into that ring post, unforgiving.
That could be trouble for the Billionaire Playboy.
Oh, James right on it, scouting.
Another tope outside.
Watching where Charles Mason went on the outside, perfectly aiming
that could
his
be a
body.
game changer here.
I think it is. James smartly throws Charles Mason right back into the ring, and James is starting to feel it. Getting the crowd behind him.
He's
Sorry,
definitely
Paul.
starting to feel it, Phil. No, I'm just agreeing with you.
I'll
James
never
going
interrupt
up
you then.
top, high risk, high reward. If he hits this is lights out for Mason. James up. Look at the setup for a 450 possibly. Oh! Got his knee up at the nick of time.
That has to have taken everything out of Evander James. The opening Mason was looking for. Unbelievable. Splits him in half. 3, no.
Oh, man. I thought that was lights out.
Charles Mason is frustrated here. He doesn't know what else to do to keep the former PPW heavyweight champion down on the mat.
Well,
for
he's
that
gone
3
through
count.
everything he planned for, EJ, and now, yes, like you said, stuck. You see this move getting slower and slower. That has to do with fatigue. It also has to do with the strategy being out. He didn't think that Evander James would still be in this match at this point.
Look at that, Evander James with the big knee to the face. Gonna look to put this one away here, no doubt about it.
Went for a ripcord slingshot into the middle rope.
Those taut steel ropes.
Look at this, James. Up and over, rolls him through. He got him for 3. James got him.
Here's your winner, a man you can trust, Evander James.
That could have went either way, Paul Bo. It came down to fundamentals in the end. Evander James got the roll-up victory. Hey, any way you got to do it to get it done.
Mason saying he thinks he pulled his fights. Right place, right time. Evander James found a way. He willed through it. Long match, but he got the victory in the end, Phil.
An incredible match. Evander James shows his determination, shows that he can hang. He stays in the match just long enough until he can take advantage of his opponent's mistakes. That's what we've seen here tonight, right in the middle of the ring.
Yeah,
guys,
I was going to say he's on a one-way journey back to the top of PPW. You heard it here first, folks.
Well, another night of PPW High Voltage. Thank you so much for joining us. For Phil Bravado, that's me. Paul Bowe, I almost signed a trading card with your name on it. And EJ Kuiper, we will see you next week. I literally did sign a trading card, Paul Bowe, on it.
You're an idiot.
I am an idiot because I didn't do it on purpose. Yo, we got 2 more, right?
Oh, what's this? What's this?
Oh my God, we're signed off here, folks. We're coming back with you. Bo Nakota.
The Titan Outlaws making a statement.
Will Hightower with the big clothesline.
Well, Charles Mason sitting right at the entranceway watching this thing go down.
What we seen earlier when Evander James came back from Japan, Bull Hightower got in his face, and here comes Mason. What is this?
Mason is coming back to help Evander James.
Mason ain't standing for this, trying to get Bo Nakota over the top rope.
Oh, he threw him out the hard way. Look at that. Now he's getting in the face of the Titan Texan.
Well, obvious size advantage from it. Look at that.
Low bridged him.
Couldn't get him over. There we go. Second time's a charm. Oh, no. What's he grab?
Oh, come over
I didn't
here.
do it. I didn't do it.
It was him over there. It was him.
Freddie's
right
over there.
Right
Blame him. Blame Freddie.
See how fast the fingers get pointed.
Absolutely. When you're in trouble, blame someone else.
Well, of course.
What did Mason do?
Charles Mason coming in here not standing for what we seen just a couple weeks ago as the Titan Outlaws interrupted Chris Masters and Drew Adams as well.
People are clapping.
Tell you what, maybe in his world travels, the Playboy billionaire may have found some morals here.
They're trying to shake his hand.
Well, what an unlikely alliance here.
Never know what you're going to see here in PPW.
Whoa. Evander just, I think he had something to say to him.
James is very confused, Paul. As am I.
Well, perhaps a new Charles Mason. And I got some swampland to sell you too in Florida. I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second. Time will tell. Time will tell. Time will tell.
Well, now we are going to finally sign off. For Paul Bowe and EJ Kuiper, I, myself, am Phil Bravado. We will see you guys next week.
You've been watching High Voltage only on WILN.